Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Rolling Around BJJ YouTube channel. The UFC may still be the biggest MMA organization on the planet, but in the East, ONE FC is king, and in the little over 10 years it's existed, they have produced some amazing shows. Today we will look at 10 of the best submissions in ONE FC, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Let's get going. Angela Lee vs. Natalie Gonzalez Hills. The first twister finish in the history of ONE was done by one of the biggest stars in the promotion, Angela Lee. ONE FC's women's atomweight world champion took on Philippines' Natalie the Filipino Gonzalez at 1 Pride of Lions in Singapore. It was a close contest in the stand-up, but once Angela Lee took the bout to the ground, Natalie was swimming with a shark. Angela worked her way methodically into securing a sublime twister submission victory, a first in ONE.
Rolling her over here. Natalie's caught. And this could be setting up the twister here, Steve. Wow, what a finish.
Bibiano Fernandez vs. Kevin Bellinger, 1. Bibiano Fernandez and Kevin Bellinger had perhaps the most epic rivalry in ONE FC, spanning 4 legendary fights. But it all started in 2016 with a jiu-jitsu masterclass from the most dominant champion in the promotion's history. Bibiano already had 4 successful defenses of his bantamweight title when he squared off against Filipino MMA superstar Kevin Bellinger. Bibi didn't waste a single breath on the feet and immediately took Bellinger down, showcasing his masterclass jiu-jitsu and finished Kevin with a tight kimura.
Looking for the armbar now is Fernandez.
That's a nasty Kimura he's got. Kimura, there's the tap. Went for the straight arm.
Bibiano Fernandez vs. Kevin Bellinger, 4. The epic rivalry deserves another spot because of its magnitude and the grappling prowess shown in it. We already saw what happened in the first meeting between Fernandez and Bellinger, but in the rematch, the Filipino used the full extent of his kung fu repertoire and eked out a split decision win in an insane battle. A rubber match was inevitable, but the end was not what anyone would have wished for, as Fernandez reclaimed his title courtesy of illegal elbows from Bellinger, which leads us into the 4th and final meeting at ONE Century Part 2. This time, the spinning kicks and punches of Bellinger would fall prey to Fernandez's overwhelming grappling superiority. In the second round, Bibi took Bellinger's back in a flash and put an exclamation point on the epic rivalry.
He's got to defend his hands. He can't let the hands open.
Reinier de Ridder vs. Vitaly Big Dash. Reinier, the Dutch Knight de Ridder, had to survive some early adversary to retain his ONE FC middleweight belt in the main event, ONE 159. The 2-division champion and grappling magician faced Russian powerhouse Vitaly Big Dash, who attempted to flip the script and choke out the champion early on. De Ridder held his composure, despite that the tight guillotine painted his face purple. But once the 2-division champion got out of the tough spot, he did what he always does and finished the fight. He expertly transitioned from a failed kimura attempt into an inverted triangle, which sent the Russian contender into the shadow realm for an impressive finish, and yet another post-fight bonus.
It's tight. Oh, he's tight. It's tight. He's out. He's out. He's out. Oh, they are again.
Roger Gracie vs. Michael Pasternak. I can't imagine not including the MMA exploits of the most accomplished BJJ competitor, Roger Gracie. His last MMA fight happened under the banner of ONE FC in 2016, and it ended just as you would expect, with a submission win for Roger. The bout was historic because the winner would be crowned the inaugural ONE FC light heavyweight champion. After a tentative start and a few laps of the circle, the Polish fighter engaged in close quarters with Gracie, which was his first and final mistake in the fight. Roger methodically secured mount, then back control, and then back to mount, from where he locked in a suffocating arm triangle to win the gold and cap off an incredible career.
Yuji Shimada's watching very carefully. I'm not sure that he's got consciousness. It's over. We have a new
Renzo Gracie vs. Yuki Kondo. At 51 years of age, Renzo Gracie showed that Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is still a force to be reckoned with. The legend of combat sports returned to fighting after an 8-year hiatus to face another legend and 3-division king of pancrase, Yuki Kondo. As expected from fighters this late in their careers, both men started the fight measured and with caution. After the second round started slowly, Henzo saw an opening and shot for a single leg. Despite the grappling experience of the Japanese legend, he was no match for Gracie. And in a matter of moments, the Brazilian locked in a tight rear naked choke and retired on an impressive win. "I did what my family has been doing for 100 years, choking people," Gracie told Mitch Chilson in his post-bout interview.
How about this?
Masakazu Imanori versus Quan Wan 2. I bet you know what the Imanori roll is, but what you may not know is that it was named after and popularized by Masakazu Imanori. He is called Ashikan Judan, or the Great Master of Leg Submissions, for a very good reason. But we can also call him the leg lock gremlin for his insane ability to destroy legs in a blink of an eye. In 2019, the 43-year-old Imanori rolled back time against rising star Quan Wan Il. The Korean entered ONE FC with a bang and scored a 67-second knockout, and in 2023 is the number 4 ranked bantamweight in the promotion. But at ONE, called to greatness, he would just be on the wrong end of a highlight reel. One of the first kicks Quan threw was transformed into an Imanori roll by the man himself, and just a few seconds later, the pretty boy was tapping in panic.
This is Imanori land. This is Imanori-ville.
But look at that, he was able to adjust, and now he's inside. Quan Wan Il's got to put that.
That's it. Old school Imanori. Old school Imanori.
Demetrius Johnson is the best flyweight fighter of all time, and many people also regard him as the GOAT of MMA. He was featured in our UFC submissions video with his otherworldly suplex armbar. But as impressive as that was, it's not the only amazing piece of grappling he has produced. In 2019, Mighty Mouse was traded by the UFC and found himself fighting for ONE FC. His accolades would mean little to the new audience if he couldn't win the flyweight belt there, and to do that, he had to win a full Grand Prix tournament. In the first round, Mighty Mouse faced Japanese powerhouse Yuya Wakamatsu, and the fight was not easy. But in the end, the great champion showed why he is regarded among the greatest, and nearly beheaded Wakamatsu with a guillotine.
Oh, not yet. Here's some knees to the collarbone. Demetrius trying to choke it. Can he get it? Can he get it? It's good night, Irene!
Gary Tonin versus Yoshiki Nakahara. As a 5-time Eddie Bravo Invitations champion, ADCC medalist and IBJJF Nogi champion Gary Tonin grabbed the attention of the grappling community when he made the move to MMA in 2018. Thus far, he has seen great success and has 4 submissions and 7 wins under the ONE FC banner. But in grappling, he is known for his vicious leg locks, so it's only fitting that we should show you his lone heel hook finish in MMA. The opponent is Yoshiki Nakahara, and the event is named ONE Enter the Dragon. After a brief tentative exchange on the feet, Tonin swooped down for a single leg and secured a lightning-fast heel hook worthy to be included in a leg lock textbook.
Very well at mid-pit. Of course, Tony gathers it as a genius in the gather at the moment. This is trouble for Nakahara.
Shinya Aoki versus Koketsu Boku. Choosing a single Shinya Aoki submission is an impossible task. Narrowing them down to just those in ONE FC makes things a little easier, but Tobakan Judan still has 9 of them, almost enough for a full video just for him. With a submission against Koketsu Boku Aoki, he won his first title. And with the crafty armbar against arch-rival Edward Folayang, the Japanese fighter claimed the lightweight belt for the second and probably last time. But the whole sequence against Rasul Yakyayev is perhaps the most impressive from a grappling standpoint. Aoki got the Chechen fighter wrapped up like a present, and there was no escape anywhere he went. Classic Aoki business.
Sorts of bother.
Armbar on the right side, Michael.
There are dozens more ONE FC submissions worthy to be included in this list, but these made the cut this time around. Let us know which impressed you the most in the comments below. Share the video around, subscribe, and see you next time. Keep rolling!